Hey everybody, what is going on? My name is Peezy and I want to welcome you to the channel. Today I'm coming at you with my first Overwatch video. Now the game just released this week, so it's still brand new, and if you're anything like me, you've had a little bit of trouble adjusting. It is a little bit different than your typical shooters like i.e. Call of Duty, Destiny, that sort of thing. And it can definitely take a little getting used to. But don't even trip guys, because your boy has hooked it up. I've put together a quick little list, a rundown of things that I think will really help you out if you're first getting started. So without further ado, ladies and gentlemen, this is my top 5 best tips for beginners in Overwatch. Number 5, keep firing. So, unlike most shooters, Overwatch has an unlimited ammo capacity for each character. Now what that means is you never ever have to worry about running out of ammo. There's nothing to pick up, there's no ammo crates or anything of that sort, but the only thing you have to worry about is when to reload. Now that can really trip you up from time to time, but if you make sure you're always firing from cover, then you should be okay. So, to this effect, I would encourage you to never stop firing. As soon as you see an enemy, just light them up, even from a distance, because every little bit helps. And if your entire team unloads and does 1 point of damage each, they're going to go down pretty quickly, even if it is from a distance. So, if you see red, shoot it dead. Number 4, listen up. Audio cues in this game can really help you out. Your enemy's footsteps are very loud compared to your teammates and are unique per hero. For example, if a Reaper's coming up around the corner, you're going to hear those heavy combat boots smacking on the ground, whereas if a Tracer's coming along, it's going to be a much quicker pace and softer footsteps. On the other hand, Reinhardt sounds like a freaking train coming through. Now, not only are the footsteps individual per hero, but the sound of their weapons are as well. You can definitely pick out who you're coming up against by the sound of their weapon. D.Va's mech suit is going to sound a whole lot different than Junkrat's grenades. But wait, there's more. When an ultimate is used, whether friend or foe, you're going to be able to hear it. It's going to have a very loud audio cue via yelling or the sound of the ultimate being activated. But you're going to be able to pick it out because it does sound slightly different between your friendly heroes and your enemy team. For example, if you hear "Heroes never die," then that means a Mercy on your team has used to revive. However, if you hear "Helden sterben nicht," then that means the enemy Mercy has used revive and you should take cover. Number 3, mind your objective. In a game as fast-paced as Overwatch, it can be easy sometimes to forget the objective, i.e. pushing the payload. Now, I know coming from any other FPS, we all want to be the hero, we want to pull off some epic flank, but you don't want to do it at the expense of the game. With the exception of just a few heroes like Tracer, Widowmaker, or Hanzo, you want to be in concert with your team pushing the payload. Now, a few quick tips to keep you motivated to stay on that payload. It can be used for cover. Enemies cannot shoot through the payload, but they can shoot under it in some cases, so watch out for that. And if you stand next to the payload, it does heal you a very small amount. So just remember that and try and push it as often as you can, but don't sacrifice yourself if you don't have to. One caveat to that, however, is overtime, or if you're approaching overtime, go ahead and get to the payload, stay on it as long as you possibly can, even if you are by yourself, because it's going to reset that overtime countdown, and even if you die, it may just allow your team enough time to get there and secure the win. If it doesn't do anything, at least you tried. Now, this tip obviously has been dedicated mostly to the offensive side of a payload match. However, if you are on the defensive side and you manage to take out the pushing team, you can push the payload back a little bit at a very slow rate if you stand on it. Now, let me say again, a very slow rate, but it can buy you the extra couple of seconds if you need them to secure that win. Number 2, keep your friends close. Overwatch is a very team-based game. That being said, if you can join with a team of your own friends, go ahead and do that. If you join solo, it can be a very hit-or-miss experience. However, I should say I wouldn't let that stop me from joining solo because the game's a lot of fun either way. And pretty much any game I play, I usually end up playing solo regardless. Now, if you can't join with a team of friends, no big deal. You can still use your teammates. There's the voice channel that you can communicate over. If you're on PC, there's also a text box that you can communicate with. But I realize a lot of people don't use them or communicate very well. So what you want to do is at least stick with your team and kind of make a push all together as much as you can. To that point, one of the most important things that I can impress upon you, if your entire team is dead, you will see skull icons and everything, or you will see an entire lack of arrows designating where they are. Do not rush, wait for your teammates and you can all push together. If you trickle in one by one, you're just going to keep getting wiped out by the enemy team and you're going to end up losing the game. You're going to have a bad time. Basically, Overwatch is a very team-based game. You make pushes as a team, you survive as a team, and you will win as a team. So do what you can to stick together and use them as efficiently as you can, whether that's communication or simply situational awareness. Number 1. Know yourself. Now, the biggest thing in Overwatch that could really make or break a match is character selection. We all have favorite heroes, and that's absolutely wonderful. Play them as often as you can. However, please do realize that sometimes you're going to have to be the bigger man or woman and take up the role that your team is missing. If your team's missing a healer or a tank, go ahead and roll one. Do not be afraid to switch mid-game depending on the needs of your team. Now let me push that point one more time. You do not have to remain the same hero for the entire length of the game. You can switch at any point you like and as often as you like, so long as you're standing in the beginning safe area. Now, as I'm sure you already know, there are 4 types of heroes. There's offensive, defensive, tanks, and support. That being said, I highly recommend that you learn at least one hero from each of those role types. Now, if you are a beginner, which is who this guide is tailored for, go ahead and look at the hero information screen. It will show you which buttons do which moves, as well as a difficulty rating on a 1 to 3 scale for each hero. Go ahead and pick one that's going to be easier for you to learn and easier for you to play. And like I said, learn one of each role type so that if your team needs you to switch and you need to fulfill a role, you can do that with no issue. Bonus tip! Just have fun with it, guys. This is the biggest tip I can give you for any game. If you've watched any of my other tips videos, I always tell you just have fun with it. Especially now, there's no competitive mode yet. It's just brawl or quick play or custom games. Just have fun with the game, learn it, and enjoy time with your friends. Enjoy time playing, relaxing, whatever you use it for. Just have fun. Don't stress, don't trip, don't worry, be happy. Now, if you think I left something out that people need to know about, go ahead and leave your own tips in the comment section. Feel free to do so. Also, please feel free to rate the video, leave a like if you did enjoy it, if this was useful for you whatsoever, which I very much hope it was. And while you're at it, if you could go ahead and subscribe to the channel and make sure you are up to date on all the latest Overwatch news and videos that I produce. I would very much appreciate it, guys. If you do, welcome to the team, guys. Very happy to have you here, and I will catch you all in the next video. Take care, guys. Peace.